Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's tutorial, where today, after like 2 years, I'm finally making a DaVinci Resolve overlay template for you guys to use on your streams and on your videos, keeping in line with your brand while also showing your audience what your health is on your stream. This video and concept of doing this with DaVinci has been requested so many times because it's completely free, so I completely understand. I just didn't know enough about Fusion, and I finally sat down, learned everything I needed to know about Fusion in order to make this successfully. Today, I'm going to teach you how to download it, open it up, install DaVinci, use it, edit it, get it onto your stream. I'm completely starting from scratch with you guys. So what we're going to do first is we are going to head over to the first link in the description. That is going to be your Warzone 2 stream overlay for DaVinci Resolve. It is $0. Name a fair price. You can put 0 and hit I want this. You'll go through the entire checkout process of downloading it. It'll send a link to your email and then you can download it from there. I figured this would be a little bit more streamlined because I'm kind of running out of space in my Google Drive with all of these templates that I've made. Once you've downloaded this, you can head over to DaVinci Resolve. It's the second link in the description. This is a free download, completely free. If you've never used DaVinci, it's wonderful. It's such a great editing software, completely free. They do have a DaVinci Resolve Studio. It's a bigger, better version with more effects that you can throw on stuff. However, for this tutorial, you're only going to need the free version. You will have to register this download of DaVinci. So just go ahead and fill out what is needed here and then hit register and download. So once you downloaded DaVinci Resolve, go to that folder wherever it downloaded to. I downloaded everything to my desktop. DaVinci Resolve will download as a zipped file, which means we'll have to extract that file to be a normal folder. You're going to right click on this file and hit extract all. This is just saying the folder that it will be extracted to, which should be in the exact same spot as the zipped file. Once you've extracted it, double click on what's inside of the folder. You'll just walk through the process of the installer that they have. If it comes up with a box asking for extra things that you want to download within this, you don't have to check any of those. For this tutorial itself, we're just going to need the base DaVinci Resolve, because the base DaVinci Resolve comes with Fusion, which is essentially Adobe After Effects inside of DaVinci. It's very, very cool. And when downloading to finalize all of the files, you will have to restart your computer, so just get ready for that. Once you guys have restarted your computer, let's head into DaVinci Resolve. You're just going to walk through this quick system checkup. Make sure that here you select HD 1080 HD and then choose a folder where you want your media and other stuff to be stored. As you can see, we are now inside of DaVinci Resolve. I'm going to walk through this very slowly. That way you guys, if you haven't used DaVinci before at all, you guys will not get lost. That is the goal of this episode. You're going to head up to File, then go down to Import Project. Click on Import Project. Head to wherever you downloaded that first Gumroad download or the Warzone overlay. Head into the save file and click on the DaVinci Resolve project file. Upon opening this file, you are going to see that it will say media offline. We're going to fix that right now. Up in the media pool, if you guys do not see the media pool, you guys may be on like edit or something to where the media pool can be put away. So down at the bottom here, make sure that you are on cut. You're going to head inside of the folder called BTS, and then you'll see that these are the two things that are missing in our project. However, you already have them. However, DaVinci Resolve through the download of this file has lost track of where these files are. So we're just going to relink them. Right click on one of these guys and hit link full resolution media. You're going to head back over to the Warzone overlay that you downloaded from me, head into footage this time, and then we're going to we clicked on that first one, which was called sample logo. And so we'll click on sample logo here. We're going to do the exact same for the other one, link full resolution media. Head back into that exact same footage tab and then link the other video that is used. Now you can see the media offline went away. So the next thing that we're going to do is head over to master. That'll bring us back to this folder. Inside of this media pool, you will see a Fusion composition called Double Click Me. This is where we're actually going to be editing our banner overlay. So go ahead and double click on this. Once you double click on this Fusion composition, you're going to see what looks to be like a huge spider web of things. And it's going to look kind of confusing in the very beginning. beginning, our nodes have a little map off to the side. If you don't see these nodes, for whatever reason, you should. But if you don't see these nodes, you guys may have this node button not on or not checked. Clicking back and forth, you can see that it makes the nodes go away. So just make sure that that's checked. So on the right side, there is a little map here. You can actually move this square around to see kind of like the back end of how this was made. So you can see that a couple of them are actually in red right now. And we're going to fix that because that's the reason why we're not actually seeing anything. By clicking on the red replace your name and then actually going into the inspector and changing like your font to a font that you have on your computer. Now you can see that our actual replace your name tab right here actually turned from red to white. And then if you scroll down here, if you go to your merge for, just make sure that's not red. If it is, hit 1 on this guy. You should be able to start to see your actual banner. And then you can head to media out and also let's click on 2. We're actually just choosing what preview window to show these things in. So already you can see that I've kind of moved things around from their normal, like, you know how nodes are normally supposed to be like straight lines, square after square, that type of thing. I kind of moved all of the ones that you're going to need into one area here. That way you're going to be able to find it easier. So up here, you can see that we have our replace your name tab, your set color outline, set color background, or set the background color, replace the actual logo, set the background blur, and edit the actual logo look. What we can also do here is we can click this button, which will actually solo what we're looking at here. That way we don't have to look at it twice. There's no reason really to look at it twice in this case, because we're actually going to be zooming in and looking at it super close. That way we can be seeing how our changes are affecting the actual banner itself. Now to zoom in on our banner itself, we're going to actually put our cursor down here close to the bottom and the left side. We're going to hold down Control, and then we're going to zoom in like this. You can actually then just use your mouse wheel to adjust the height. That way we get a better look as to what we're actually doing to our banner itself. Let's move our map here over to our nodes that we need to be editing. This is where you're going to place your name. So I'm going to put my name right here. And then you can change the font to whichever one that you like. These are going to be fonts that you have downloaded onto your computer. So once you guys have chosen your font, you guys can also choose the size. You can choose the color of your text, whatever you want it to be. You also have tracking, which will actually spread out the letters of your name. I've set it up to where it should spread out everything to the right. If you actually need to move your text, you can go onto the preview itself and you'll see these like arrows. You can move it left and right, up and down, or you can grab the square and move it however you need to. In order to position it exactly how you want. You guys may have too many letters in your name and you guys have to like scrunch it down and then move it around, that type of thing. Next, what we're going to do is set the outline color. This is as simple as just moving these sliders around to find the actual color that you want. So let's say I wanted to make this like a purple instead of a red. We can go through and do that. You can also turn off this outline as well. So if you move everything down, it will actually take off the outline. I don't recommend doing this because it kind of doesn't give you that nice crispy look. However, it is up to you. You have full control in this banner. Next, we're going to set the background color. This is as simple as just moving this little cog wheel over here. We're actually just choosing the hue of the video that is playing behind it. And now we get to the hardest part of this tutorial. It's actually replacing the logo itself. So replacing the logo requires you importing a totally new logo, moving it around, and kind of getting it set up, and then attaching it to our look that we have within our nodes. So let's walk through the process. You guys will need a PNG of your logo wherever you have it. Make sure that you're able to find that. We're going to head into our media pool, right click, and then import media. Head to wherever you have your PNG of your logo. I put a Adobe Photoshop logo on my desktop, so I'm going to double click on that guy, and then you'll just drag this in as its own media node. Once you do that, you can actually get rid of our media pool. This is your logo, and then this is the logo that we are going to replace. So what we can do with this, we can actually just hit delete on this logo, and then head over to your media in and drag it from the white box over here inside of the green. This is going to place your logo inside of our banner. You can see that the Photoshop logo here is too big. So in order to kind of adjust the settings and inspect all of the aspects of the logo itself, we're going to hit on edit logo look. And then here's where we're going to be able to actually move it around. So I'm going to make it smaller and then grab it how we did with the text itself and then move it wherever I need to move it. So the size is right here, and then the move tool is over here. You can also like flip your logo however you want. There's a ton of stuff over here that you can actually do. If you want it to show more inside of your banner, you can actually move the blend around. I kind of want to change the name to like Photoshop Wizard or something, like an actual like streamer name. I'll move it up here. We'll change the font to something else. Photo is. Okay, so you've edited your banner and now we need to actually export this. How are we going to export this and get it ready on our stream? Well, luckily for you, inside of the Deliver tab, we already have our banner set up inside a 1080p resolution. Off to the left here, you're going to actually name your banner. So we're just going to call this Warzone banner. And then this is where you'll choose where it will actually export to. So we're going to click on that. I'll export it to my desktop. Then we go down to the actual export settings for the video. You'll leave it on QuickTime, GoPro Cineform, RGB 16-bit. If these aren't already selected, which they should be, go ahead and select these. Make sure that it is a 1920 by 1080 resolution. The frame rate is at 60 FPS, and we're also going to export our alpha. Next, what you're going to do is go over to the audio. We do not need audio on this guy, so we're going to get rid of the audio here. Once we're done with that, we can actually add it to our render queue. You'll see that it'll pop up here off to the right. We're going to hit render all, and your render will be in progress. Right now, I'm going to teach you how to actually get it set up on your stream if you are using OBS, which is a majority of what people are now using these days for streaming. It works with the same with slobs. It works the same with OBS stream elements, like their little like plugin that they have. It works the exact same. We're going to head down to our sources on whatever scene is your gaming Warzone scene. Hit the plus button and then go into media source. We're going to create new. We can call it Warzone banner. Hit OK. Now what we are going to do is hit on browse and actually find our Warzone banner wherever you exported the final to. We're going to go and find that, double click on that guy, hit loop, and then hit OK. Now you can see down here in the bottom left, you can see our banner that we have created. It is on a loop for every 15 seconds. It'll restart. And that is how you edit your own Warzone Healthbar Overlay for streaming for free, for completely free. You don't have to pay for After Effects. In this one specifically, I am going to spend more time with Fusion and learn how to do other effects and cool things with your banner, so we can kind of have new effects coming into play here, more customizability inside of things. So whenever I do have an update, I will make another video and let you guys know. If you guys found this video any bit enjoyable or helpful, please comment, like, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. We're about to hit like 1,300 subs, which is crazy to me. If you guys need any help, however, head over to the Discord and I'd be happy to help you guys out. I'll see you guys in the next video.